Hey Scorpio, this is a timeless reading for the Scorpio Divine Feminine Collective. I was called to do a reading for the Divine Feminine Collective of Scorpio. Specifically, the meditation that I did for this reading, the cards, the energy that I pulled, and I can read the sage when it burns, and it'll give me an energy which at first I thought I was questioning it. What I was seeing was, at first it started out that there was a boat, right? And it was like leaving on a boat, right? Going somewhere and getting maybe knocked off balance, or maybe getting stranded on a deserted island, kind of, right? And so it's this energy of like new uncharted territories. And then, I shuffle this deck and I see that there's definitely, sorry about the glare, there's definitely an energy of moving on from something. So moving on from what, we'll find out, but there is a moving on energy. All right, tell me about the Divine Feminine Scorpio Collective, please. Ooh, don't you do it. Okay. Okay. And I see. Okay. More for the Divine Feminine Scorpio Collective Dark. Oh, sorry, Daddy. Okay. Okay. So we got the Tower, Queen of Wands, the Lovers, Strength, the Page of Swords, and Judgment. I'm noticing right off the rip that there's like a lot of major arcana so far, just in this little bit. And that's, that says something. Number one, I'm noticing that. But number two, I'm seeing like this, yeah, like being, it's a tower. It's something that was unexpected. It's definitely an energy of, being knocked off course, or being stranded on a deserted island, or, it's uncharted territory, right? There's something to do with a choice, or I want to say it could very well be a love relationship, or love in general, not even, and it could be about a choice. There's like a choice. There's strength in the choice that you're going to make. And it looks like you had to make a head over heart kind of decision and end something, or get away from something. Let's see. Yeah, like you're planning, or this is a plan. This is what is the plan. There's definitely a Tower. Two of Wands. It's like you're seeing, it's like you're deciding to travel to distant lands. It's like you want to do something new. It's an energy of like desiring a different life, or seeing what it is that you're capable of. It's like yeah, let me see what we got going on here. Right, it's a new design. It's something that is, see, one thing I do know about Scorpio is y'all have a tendency to be nomadic, right? So you're and also you're, I want to say almost strategic in a way, but I'm not saying that this is strategic. But even if it is, that's great, because whatever you're working on is something that you really want. but you had to get through something really heavy in order to do this. Okay, so King and Queen of Wands right here. This is definitely about a relationship. Very charged, maybe, relationship. Very chaotic, potentially. Almost feel like something crazy happened, right? Some choice had to be made, and you just, I want to say it may not be you, or it may be somebody in your life decided, but I feel like it's you, right? You decided to, oh gosh, my ring got stuck in my hair. That's funny. It's like you decided to, it's like you decide, there was a big tower moment, right? Something crazy happened, and you decided, instead of crying about it, or, it's like buck up, buttercup, kind of, we're moving on to something different, and it's going to be, this decision is being made, or was made, to move on to something different, and something that maybe that you dealt with for a long time, that it's almost like you got comfortable with it. Maybe it wasn't necessarily what you needed, but it was certainly what you thought you wanted, right? It wasn't what you needed, maybe it wasn't what you wanted. I'm not really sure, but it looks like you're calling judgment on the situation, and it's about new, uncharted territory. And here's the other thing. Maybe you're feeling a little clumsy, because what I noticed was that I was definitely feeling like clumsy when I was after the meditation, and then even like my table's wobbly, right? And I messed up the thing that's holding my camera. I keep getting my ring stuck in my hair, and it's just weird stuff like that. That's what I'm saying, is like, is there some type of maybe awkwardness to this, right? You're being strong about it. There's definitely a lot of thought that went into this decision, but it was what it had to be. I mean, not necessarily a lot of thought, because the thing is, there was the tower, so it knocked everything off balance anyway. You had no choice but to get strong and go, all right, let's move on to, something different, right? But maybe you weren't always really there in the situation that you're moving from. Maybe there may have been times where you were, but maybe at a certain point it was just kind of like, we're just doing this because we're doing this, because we're used to it. I don't know. But there's definitely this idea about what is next, like what's next for me, like planning a life for yourself. It's like doing something that was really difficult, but at the end of the day, it's a blessing, right? That's what I see at the end of the day. It's like a big blessing. It was definitely decisions that had to be made, but it's pretty neat to see this energy, because it's definitely like, I keep saying definitely a lot, so it's definitely, it's definitely, and I did it again. Y'all, this is what I'm telling you. There's some type of clumsiness to this. Like, not really sure of your footing, but still doing it. Not backing out. Not backing out for sure, but just not being sure. All right. How about we clarify the tower? Let's clarify the tower for the divine feminine. Okay. Didn't get spit it out. Oh, where did it go? All right, girls, seriously, stop. Where's? Okay. See what I'm saying about everything being wobbly and just not. All right. Clear go. It's a separation. There's a separation. There's definitely a separation. like, I mean, a relationship or like a divorce or something like that, you know? Yeah. With an emperor potentially, and in the negative, um, which, because it's in reverse, so in the negative, an emperor can be like all of the worst of somebody, kind of like a narcissist, like you know, judgmental and just off the hinges or off their rocker, you know, a little bit. They might seem kind of crazy. They're, you know, jump to conclusions. They're not nice. You're making a choice to separate yourself from a situation in the past that wasn't a good one. It wasn't prosperous. Even if it was monetarily, emotionally, it wasn't, for sure. That this was a severing of ties. Like, all right, so then let's see. Clarify Page of Swords, please. Oops. Okay. 2 more. Okay. You just like to mess with me, don't you? Okay. Yeah. You had to make a decision, head over heart. You had to stop being in your emotions about this decision. It was a decision to make yourself happy. This is essentially balancing your own scales. It's like your intuition. It's like you're getting all. This is also spiritually. This isn't even just. This could even be a separation of vice from you, from vices, or the way you used to be, maybe. So, like, say, you know, you used to be. Or, okay, let's say you have, maybe you're bipolar, right? And you never wanted to go get therapy, and you never wanted to be on medication. So this is almost as if this is someone deciding, okay, wait a minute, my well-being emotionally and mentally is really important, and so I need to take care of it. It's like making a decision it took strength to make that decision, because it's easy to stay in the bullshit. It's really difficult to change it. It takes a lot of effort, and this is what that is. This is like, this could even be potentially about court or some kind of court situation. This could be something like that too, because I see justice and judgment, right? And I'm seeing like, yeah, this is like, I wonder. It's like, yeah, there's somebody keeping an eye on something, maybe, or I just noticed that. Okay, yeah. Something about someone seeing something. But it's like you didn't have to use your eyes to see it. Your intuition told you. It was like, it wasn't about your actual sight. Lightening your load. Saving yourself. Not being emotional about it. Like really, really doing the work. Like saving yourself from something. Trying to lighten your load. Lighten the heartache. Like, or getting through it, or knowing you have to deal with it, but definitely doing the work. There's work being done here. Like, this is definitely Spirit saying that you're doing the work. Yeah. Give me more for Scorpio. Oh, that's right. I have another card down there too. Let me find these cards. Okay. That's kind of funny, because the star is in reverse, and this star card almost looks like coming back down to earth. It's like, or maybe not having, exploring new things, but Ace of Swords in reverse kind of looks like cutting through the bullshit. It's like you're no longer afraid to explore. You're exploring new places. Cutting through all the negativity. You're cutting through the negativity. You're doing it from a higher perspective, maybe? Let me get this other card. Oh my goodness gracious. See my little dog back here. This is Ari. She likes to mess up my whole pillows and that. She just loves to do that. As soon as I get it all nice and neat, she gotta jump over there and mess it all up. That's all right. All right. I didn't see whether this was reversed or not. I didn't pay attention. Eight of Swords is talking about communication, but technically, like, I wonder if it was in reverse, and if it was, that makes me think that you're keeping yourself at a distance from anybody who's going to cause you like mental conflict, right? So like you're cutting through all the bullshit. You're not, excuse me, I just see it's like you're coming, it almost looks like you're descending. You're on to something. What is it? And if this was in the upright, this could say you're cutting through. You don't have patience necessarily for any type of old bullshit that kept you locked in your mind. You don't have the patience for it anymore. This is like redonkulous. Okay, that's much better. I don't feel like I'm being blinded. It's like, okay, yeah, that's what I'm looking at. It's like you have this, almost as if you have this armor around you, or this white light. You're really kind of trying to enlighten yourself. You're trying to avoid this negativity. It almost feels like someone's trying to invade your mental space, if that makes any sense. That's funny. And you're trying to keep that away from you or block it out. Maybe you're having a hard time finding patience in the communications or dealings with a person. It could be, this could very well be court stuff, and this could also be that there's communication of some type coming in about a decision that was made, or you're being hopeful for a decision, but it's maybe, I don't know. Let me see what else I can find out. I want to kind of leave you with answers and not questions, which is, you know, my job is to help you with answers, not give you more questions. Could be about a marriage. For sure, it could be about a marriage. Something that is causing a lot of sadness and anguish, or did at some point. You're no longer working towards that. And nobody's working towards this situation anymore. It's definitely somebody, it's at a dead standstill, right? I almost want to say you feel like someone was sneaky, like as in maybe communication wise, maybe like this is saying about negative communication, right? And this is also showing like somebody's going, hey, come here, I got to tell you something. And right when you get up close to them, they slit your throat. I mean, I know that sounds dramatic, but it's not exactly, but you know what I'm saying. Emotionally, mentally, whatever, they mess you up. So now you've got all these burdens from this person, but you know You've known that it's time to move on. It's just you're emotionally having a hard time stepping away from it, maybe. You did make the decision, it looks like, to cut away from the situation. Maybe find solace in family and friends, you know, a sisterhood possibly, or something like that. You know, this was this was a decision about a relationship. Or this could even be moving on to different types of relationships, but definitely a moving away from and cutting out of your life a major situation that took a lot of strength. And it was you were dealing with somebody who was not easy to deal with in the slightest. Like this person was an emperor in the reverse. You know, an emperor is someone who stands on their word, someone who is loving, kind, generous, but, you know, a boss when needed, you know, someone who knows how to wield their temper and emotions. And an emperor in reverse is the opposite of that. So the communication is constantly like cutting. Yeah, it's like you're working on moving on to something different. You can't do it anymore. You're no longer in a slow pace. You know, it's like you've definitely you picked up the pace to something new. Here's that Queen of Wands again. And I think this is really you owning your power. I really do. I feel like this is, and here's the King of Wands again. Okay, what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say. That's crazy. Wow. Hmm. Yeah, somebody's turning their back to the situation. There's an ending, period. It's time, it's about making yourself happy. It's about doing the work for you, emotionally making yourself happy, so you don't have to worry about people like that anymore that don't know how to speak to you properly. You've no longer decided to connect. You don't want to connect with this person anymore. You're putting your desires in new things, different things. You're like leveled out. You've given yourself a level of you've emotionally leveled out. You're no longer in an undecided or indecisive space because you got clarity on something that was probably pretty painful. But it's like you saddled up and got ready for war, and you really fought the battle. And you feeling like, you know, you've been battered and bruised, right? But this is also maybe, yeah, this is about not you're not changing the perspective you have on this person. I don't think that they have any weight with you anymore. And I think that, you know, sometimes you get stuck in your head about the decision you had to make, but I promise you, the Spirit is very much saying you made the right decision. You're sowing your seeds in the right place. The sun is coming out. Look at the world in more of a childlike energy, you know what I mean? And you will find, it's like you had to go within. There's some stuff that happened that you had to go within. You had to find, or that you need to find with answers within yourself. That's where, or maybe that's exactly what you did, and that's why you got the strength to make the decision that you made. It's also saying that someone's stuck, or maybe not wanting to move on from this. Maybe someone is stuck and they want victory with you, and this is your karmic. It's time for the wheel of fortune to spin, right? It's time for the wheel of fortune to spin. It's time for you to fill your own cup. Stop holding. You don't have to hold on to this anymore. Maybe you don't have to hold on to this anymore. You're doing good already. I don't even have to give you advice, because the thing is, I feel like what you don't realize, maybe because you're watching this reading, so maybe you don't realize that you are doing really well. You don't realize how strong you are, and that you made a very tough decision, and it's paying off. It was a good decision that you made. It was a good thing and it's hard to keep this person probably from, trust me when I say, there is justice regardless of what's going on. Okay, you've made the decision to cut ties with this person, right? Justice is coming. Stay in your power. Don't get too emotional, which you already know this, you know, and just keep up what you're doing, because you're like doing great things. You know, I know you're going through a lot. Everybody is these days, but you know, the new energy is here, and I don't know if everybody can feel it or not, but I'm telling you, I can feel it every damn day. And it's an energy of positivity and of love and of like desire, and it's a manifestation is on fire right now, and it's just, it's great. I love the energy that is going on in the collective right now. I love the people maybe aren't noticing as much as they should be. Look around you, man. Just really try to see the good. And once you do, it's everywhere. I mean, you'll be surrounded by it. I promise you. I feel it. I have gone through a lot. And I'm only just now starting to feel like all this work is paying off for me, and not even monetarily, it's emotionally, it's like a satisfying. I'm starting to feel content and happy and satisfied, and I've never felt that in my life. So, but it's taken a lot of work, and I've gone through a lot, but it was worth every second of it, and I wouldn't change any of it. I'm happy with the situation. I'm happy and content with life at this moment, and I'm excited for whatever's coming next. And I feel like this is what your energy is. I feel like you're on to something new, and maybe you're a little nervous, right? But you got to be excited, because you created all this, you know what I mean? And it's going to be amazing. I mean, let me tell you, karma is coming around in a very good way, because making a decision that's that difficult, you'll get blessings from it. I promise you. Even if you don't see them right now, you will. You were definitely dealing with someone that I would say would be narcissistic. That's what I got out of it. And it's probably a very difficult situation. I am very sorry that you're going through that, but you are kicking ass, whether you know it or not. All right, Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Please like, share, subscribe. That would be great. Really, just liking the video is enough to like help me tremendously. And it's free. All you have to do is hit that little button. I would greatly, greatly appreciate you. And anyway, you're doing great work, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks.